Hi everyone, welcome to this new video. So in this video, we're going to explore how to create reusable code components in Angular. Reusable components are a cornerstone of modern web development, allowing us to write cleaner, more maintainable and scalar code. In this video, we'll create a card component, a standalone card component. So make it customizable using Angular's input decorator. Use content projection to make it even more flexible. Finally, we'll integrate it into our application. But at the end of this video, you will have a fully functional, reusable cloud component that you can use across your Angular projects. So let's get started. So before that, we'll see a demo how our final output is going to look like. So you're already seeing the screen. So here we have a card component, or we have created a card which is super nice and customizable. So I just added one simple button which give a highlight work here. I just added one, and you can add anything you want. You can redirect to some different pages you want, or if you want any pop-up. So we have created a model, a pop-up in our previous video. So when you click on button, you can bring up a pop-up or a model in center of the screen. That I have already made the video. You can check that. So all this component we can merge it. So this is a card which we have created in Angular. So how we can create this particular card, we'll learn this now. Alright. So first of all, the application is already starting. So that was the previous one. I'm gonna stop this, and I'm gonna close this one. Alright. So now if I refresh, the application will be stopped. So now what I'm going to do, so let's create a new project. Alright. Let's create a new project. So here is our the directory which I'll be using, and also you can download the source code from the description. All right. So yes, so ng new reusable card app. All right. So this is the project which I'm giving. Ng means Angular. So I'll click on enter. This will take some time to download. So before that, we need to select few options. So which type of styling we want to use? I want to use CSS. I'm going to click on enter, and I don't want to use server-side rendering. I'm going to give as no, which is going to be N in capital letter, and this will take a minute or sometimes a few seconds based on your internet speed. So we'll wait until this gets completed. All right. As you can see over here, the project has been created successfully. All right. So let's go inside the project. So you need to give cd. All right. And just give us tab space. You want to get your project directory name and click on enter. Now I'm inside the project directory. So inside the project directory itself, I'm going to open a Visual Studio Code. So I'm going to type ng serve to start my application first. So ng serve is the command to start our application server. I'll close this, and I'll open this particular directory in Visual Studio Code. All right. So let me open this first. Okay. All right. So here the project has been opened. The first and foremost thing what I'm going to do is I'm going to close all this pop-up first. All right. So just select terminal, go for new terminal. Here at the drop down, select command prompt. All right. The first and foremost thing, we'll create one new component. All right. So here in the app, there is one file called app.component.spec.ts. So this file is not required and it's of no use. So we're going to delete that file. So we'll keep clean as possible. All right. So let's create a new component. The command to create a new component is ng G means generate, C means component, and the component name I'm giving is card. Alright, so just click on enter. Okay. Alright. So in a couple of seconds, a new component has been created called card. If you expand this, you're gonna see 4 different new files. The spec.ts file is always it's not required. I'm gonna delete this. So we have 3 major files, which is CSS, HTML, and TS. CSS for styling, HTML for our skeleton, the web look, this for the logic. Alright. So let me open our first file. Before that, since our application got already started, yeah, it's already started. I'll show you how our application actually looks like now. All right. So yes, loaded. So since you created a new project for the first time, it looks something like this. All this code we have in our where we have in our app.component.html. So these are the code which you can able to see in the output. So I'm gonna remove all of this. Let's say I'm gonna give as test, just a text. All right. So if I go to my browser now, I can see only that particular text test as an output. All right. So we'll keep this as it is, or let me remove this. It's not required. So I'll open card.component.html. Okay. So let's remove this as well. All right. So let's write card code. So we're gonna use bootstrap. So very simple. Div. Okay. Div class is equal to, see, since card, the file name is already card, the Visual Studio is already analyzing what type of code we need here already. Okay. So just give as a tab space. Okay. Here you got the basic card code. All right. So we just the basic code, we need to modify it properly. Okay. So let me format the document. Okay, it's already formatted. Already cool. So yes, so I'm going to add few more things. Let's add one by one. Okay. So div class card header, instead of card header I'm going to use card content, because the CSS is already there. I'm going to give the CSS content directly and you can use it. And the next thing, instead of h3 I'm going to use, sorry, h2, I'm going to use h3 tag so that my text be little bit smaller. All right. And I'm going to add few more things like class is equal to card title. All right. So because I'm going to customize this particular title, that's the reason. And the next thing, I'm going to add few more description for the card over here. So let's say p paragraph tag and class is equal to card description. So see, basically it's not about creating card, creating a customizable card where you can able to use this particular code in any of your project application. So that is the point what we are doing over here. All right, card description. Okay. So I'm going to add the description over here. Every data will come from the logic code. All right. Not card description, just I'll keep as description. All right. Okay. So we'll close these parentheses. Okay. So now ng card body, this is not required, so I'm gonna remove this particular um because since we have added the description, this is not required. So let me close this div tag. If you see, div open and close, open and close. All right, clear? Okay. And also if you want to add some angular content, you can add it over here. Let me comment it out. Okay, if you want you can add it out over here. Okay, I'll comment it so you can get the code like this. If you want to add ng content, you can add it at this particular place in your card. All right. So now what we'll do, we'll open this card.component.ts. I'll copy this particular name, app card. So I'll go to app.component.html. So I'm gonna execute this particular component over here. So since we have error as of now, we're gonna solve this one by one. Okay. All right. So let me open car.combo.ts over here and let me bring it this way. Okay. So whatever the error, we'll solve it one by one over here. All right. So first thing, we are getting the error for the title. All right. So let me add that using input decorator input. Okay. Title string. Okay. String will give a empty value over here for now. So here we have the string, and the next one we have for the description. So input and will give as description, so that not to make any spelling mistake, I'll just copy the same name over here directly and I'm gonna paste it over here. And I'll create one more input decorator. Okay, I'll keep it, I'll tell you what is it for the image. All right, so image, I'm gonna keep it as URL. If you want to add the image in your card, means we can add it over here. So as of now, I'll keep it like this. So if you want, we can use it at the end, but as of now we are using title and description. All right. So now we have one more error at app.com.html. The reason, because what we need to do is we need to go for app.component.ts file. All right. So app.component.ts file, we need to check whether our component has been imported or not. See, until unless this component is there in the imports, you're not able to execute it. So here we are not using this router outlet, right? So I'm going to remove this particular import, and also I'm going to remove this. Instead of this, I'm going to add card component. So basically, why we are using, we are make sure that whatever the component which we have created, we are using it in our application. That's why we need to include in the imports. So quick fix and import it. If you see now, the error which was there in app.com.html, it's gone. All right, so now we'll go to our application, means to a browser, and we'll see how it's gonna look like. Okay, so as of now it's been not loaded, so let's check what is it. Okay, so let's come over here. All right, so I'm going to close all the files. We'll go to card.component.css. Okay, so you can directly copy and paste the code over here. So it's not required to explain everything. See, but basically I have added for content, title, the description, the color, and everything. You can get this code from the description, so in the source code, or you can pause this particular video now and you can type it down as well. All right, so this file is done, and we'll check one by one file what all the things which is still missing. So here everything is done, and css is also done, and when to check this logic, we'll make sure everything has been properly set. Okay, yes, everything is properly set. In the imports, everything is set already. Okay, cool. So now we'll go for app.component.ts file. We'll check here as well. That's the main important file over here. Okay, so it looks something like this. Okay, good. And also what we'll do, we'll check app.conf.ts. Basically all the configuration is already done over here, it's not required to check anything. All right, so everything is done, and now we'll go to app.component.html. Okay, so now what we are going to do over here is, as I said, right, we're going to add a button over here. All right, so let's add a button. First thing, let me create a button. So button is going to be like this, using button tag click like this. All right, so instead of toggle, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add on button click, on button click, and I'm going to give a text as click me. All right, so now app card, what are the tag is getting closed over here, I'm gonna close it over here, because we need this button inside the app card, inside the card component. That's the reason. And I'm going to add a few more things, like we have gave a space for the title, right? So I'm going to use title over here. Okay, title name, my awesome card, or the static card which we are using. And the description like this, this is my awesome card, or I'm going to use this is my, or this is a reusable card component in Angular 17. All right, so here we are getting a error for the button. That's the reason, because we have not added the logic for this. How we gonna add the logic? We need to go for the logic file, which is app.component.ts. Okay, app.component.ts. So let's write a button over here. This is not required, the title, it's not required, so because we have already written over there. So on button click, what will bring, instead of console, we're gonna add alert. Okay, and alert. That's all. Clear? So now everything is done. We'll check the output, how it's gonna look like. Okay, as you can see, the card has been loaded properly, but I'm not able to see the button. Why? So let's check that. The card is ready. You can see the border, everything. It looks so nice. Basically, you can modify the card however you want, and at the end we'll try to add the image as well. All right, so stay tuned for that. So now I'll go back to the code again, and let's see why the button is not loading. All right, so let's check one by one. Right, so I'll restart our application over here. So sometimes it will take some time to load, so that is the reason I'm just reloading it. restarting the application work here. All right, so let me click on enter, and it will take a couple of seconds to start. Once it's done, we go back. Okay, it's almost started building. All right, the application is up already. So let's go back to our browser. Now if you see, the card has been loaded, and we can able to see the button as well. So if you click on this button, you can get the alert button clicked. So now we have successfully created a card. All right, yes. Since we already added our image information in our code, what we'll do is we're gonna add the what? We're gonna add the image for this card as well. So basically, whatever the card you open. So wait, let me open Amazon.com. Here I'll show one card which has been used. So there are a lot of different cards that has been used. So let me open. Let's say the one which is nice. Okay, let's take the laptop one itself. All right, so I'll take this particular laptop. All right, so here, and here is an image. I'm gonna image, open this image in a new tab, and this is our image. And if you see the card over here, so these are all the new different cards over here. See, there are multiple images over here. If you open one, any single one, so this one card which has one simple card which has a little bit photos as well, different photos you can able to see. So now same way we're going to add a card. We'll take this image itself for our card. All right, so now let's go back to our code, and what we are going to do here is we'll add that image code which was pending. All right, so we have added the text right earlier itself, so we're going to use the same thing. Okay, so the card component, what the first thing which we need to do is we need to add few more things over here. Okay, so let's add it here. Give at if image URL. Okay, if image URL is present, we're gonna print the image. All right, so we're gonna give output of an image URL. So let's give a tab space because it's been auto generated automatically. All right, let's give a tab space. Image source, image URL. If I go back here, oh okay. So all right, we'll give the image URL. Okay, so basically we need to give this image URL in the app.com.html. Okay, because since uh, we have given the title and everything, um, I mean here, right? So that's the reason. All right, so image URL, alt title. Okay, no problem. Class card image, everything is good. All right, so now what we'll do, we'll go to app.component.html. Okay, in the app.component.html, what we are going to do, we'll pass the code over here. Okay, so now let's add it here. So let's give us, okay, whatever the name which we have given over here, just you need to copy that. All right, so let's copy that quickly here. So now we'll give the image URL. So image URL is equal to let's say, let me give the tab space, and I don't want this. This is some random image which Angular has provided for now. So let's see how this image look like. Okay, no problem. So it's not, I'm not able to. Okay, oh, it's opening. All right, cool. So we'll keep it, and if you want to change it, we'll change it. All right. So app.component.html. Okay, so and here we gave the URL, and that value will come over here. Okay, follow link. Okay, it's not able to open, but no problem. So CSS, HTML, done. Image has been added. Since here we have added the image decorator already, input decorator, so we can able to see our output. So let's go to our, yes, you see in the output. Okay, there is one extra symbol. So let me check where this has been added. Yeah, it has been added over here. So let me remove that. Now if you go to our output is going to look something like this. All right, so we have a beautiful card. In that card we have a beautiful text, a description, a button which also performs some operation. You can add any logic you want. You can bring up a pop-up. We have already created a video for the pop-up as well. You can check that as well. So yes, and here we can able to view the images. So this is one static or a basic or the skeleton or the foundation of your card, and you can take this code and you can use it in any of your Angular application. So it's properly coded and reusable card. All right, so I'll show you one more thing over here. If I go to the code again, the same thing. Okay, app.com.html, I'm gonna paste it. All right, okay, I have just pasted it. So instead of this URL, I'm going to use URL some different URL. I mean the image different image. All right. So let me bring up the browser. Okay, here we can able to see two different card now. See, two different cards. So I'll add the different email URL over here, amazon.com, and let me take any image I want. So open image in new tab. I'm going to copy this image URL. All right, so small, not loaded. Okay, loaded. Okay, let me click on this particular laptop. All right, so laptop, open this image in a new tab. Here we got a URL. Not it. Oh, it's taking time to load. So open image in new tab. So here we got the URL. I'll go to our code. Okay, so here I'm gonna change the image URL. All right. Okay, so you can make this dynamic also. You can bring all this image data from the database also if you have. And yes, now if we go and see the output looks something like this. So we have created fully customizable a skeleton, the basic, not basic, you can do it any way you want. You can use this card any Angular project as well. So we have created a successful reusable card in Angular 17. All right, so if you find this video helpful, don't forget to like and share and subscribe for more Angular tips and tricks. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. Thanks for watching. Let's meet in our next video. Until then, take care. Goodbye. Bye bye.